Hey guys, what's going on today? My name is Kyle, and before I share with you guys my new update, because I have a ton of Blu-rays I can't wait to share with you guys, many of you might be asking, hey, what's with the new background? Or hey, Kyle changes background. Well, in all honesty guys, I am in an experimental stage. I'm not quite sure what I want to do yet with my new background because I've gotten some new posters, and I'm going to be getting some new posters off of Amazon very soon. I want to change my style a little bit, and I think a big part of that would be changing my background. Even though I still have the Star Wars poster there, hopefully that's not going to move that much. I've actually moved it down a bit. But for the posters behind me, I just want to see what you guys think, and if you guys like the posters, then I might just continue doing that. These posters that you see behind me, they're all 11 by 17 posters, so if you guys like the look of these 11 by 17 posters, then I'll keep continuing to get the posters in that size. And if you don't, then I'll probably just move the Star Wars stuff back. So if you want to tell me what you guys think, or if you want to ask me any questions about the posters, please do so in the comment section below. But without further ado guys, let's get started with this new update, and check this out. Hopefully this will go right. Take a look at all of these Blu-rays. This is one of the biggest update videos I'm going to have, so I'm very excited to talk to you guys about these. Guys, if you're hearing any background noise, I really apologize for that. I have no idea what's going on outside. But without further ado, let's get into this. But the first movie on this list starts the Criterion Collection for me, 12 Angry Men, which is one of the best films I think I've ever seen. And I've only watched it once in its entirety, but I cannot wait to watch this again because this film, I think, is 97 minutes, but it just moves at such an incredible pace from beginning to end. There's never a single dull moment in it, and the cast is just phenomenal. This movie is phenomenal. Alright guys, next up is the Alfred Hitchcock Collection, classic films that I love so much. And you guys have been saying to me, why don't you own a lot of classical films, or do you just love films from the 1980s on? That's not true guys, because I do love classics, and Alfred Hitchcock is an incredible director who's inspired so many people. In all honesty guys, Rear Window I think has been the only one that I haven't really loved as much as the other ones, and I know that might surprise people, because I love the film Disturbia with Shia LaBeouf, which I know is kind of like a remake of Rear Window, but I've always found Rear Window to be kind of boring and just not a lot happening for much of it, but I love every single other one. The next film up is actually a Best Picture winner, Braveheart with Mel Gibson. This is an excellent, excellent film. That speech by him towards the ending of the film, I think it speaks for itself just how great that speech is. He acted and directed this film, and it won Best Picture for his directorial debut. That is just amazing. And even though Mel Gibson has really gone off the track record recently, I really do love his older films. And it doesn't really interfere with me loving his films, because I know a lot of people don't like Mel Gibson, ergo they don't like his films because of what he said. And even though what he said is bad, it truly is bad, it doesn't really stop me from loving his films, because they are movies. The next film in this update is Children of Men. Fantastic film, absolutely underrated in every single way. This is an intense, powerful film with some of the best continuous shots I've ever seen. Clive Owen in this movie is excellent. Julianne Moore is fantastic. And I don't want to pronounce the guy's name because every time I do, it comes out very wrong, but he's the man from 12 Years a Slave. He was fantastic in this film. And this movie has, I think, two of my favorite continuous shots. Alright guys, you all knew this was coming. 10 Cloverfield Lane, my favorite movie of 2016 so far. You guys know I love this movie because I've talked about it so much. I truly love it. I've seen it 6 times now. Yes, guys, seriously, 6 times. And I still love it just as much. I feel like this is as flawless a movie as you can get. I just love every single thing about it. And I cannot wait to do my analyzed review for it. So, guys, stay tuned for that. That's coming this summer. I'm just going to show you this film, because if I dare discuss about it, I'll lose something very valuable to me. And I don't want that to happen. But I'll just say, excellent film, great performances by Brad Pitt and Edward Norton. Alright guys, the next film on this list is of course Forrest Gump. And I was shocked to find out I didn't have this on Blu-ray or DVD, so I figured, well, you know, that's going to change. So I obviously ordered Forrest Gump. Here it is. And, I love this movie so much. And Tom Hanks, I think this was the first movie where I saw Tom Hanks in where I realized how phenomenal of an actor he is. And he's an incredibly nice guy in real life, so it just really adds to the performance. Because Forrest Gump, even though he's not the smartest guy, he's a nice person. And it's a great film that you can definitely watch whenever you're feeling down, because it's very inspirational, of course. This is one of those times where I can say, finally, I'm glad I have it. The Gift, which is one of my favorite movies of 2015, And I think by far the most underrated film of 2015. This is an insanely good movie. I just rewatched the film last night, and my God, it's still excellent. I love the performances all around. Jason Bateman and Joel Edgerton are great. But Rebecca Hall, I thought, stole like half of that movie. She was phenomenal in this film. This movie has incredible pacing, the shots, the timing of the editing. It's just so good in this movie. And its lesson and message. It blew me away the first time I saw it, and still blows me away to this day how good it is. One of the best films of 2014, and a Best Picture nomination, of course, is The Grand Budapest Hotel. I love this film ever since the first time I saw it. I've seen it 15 times, I'm pretty sure, and I love it each and every time. It just has an amazing quality to it because Wes Anderson makes so many movies that are just so different and so out there, but that's what makes them so great. And at the same time, it has this dream-like quality to it. It feels like you're in this mysterious dream world, and it just feels so welcoming and inviting. And of course, Ralph Fiennes was perfect in this movie. Next up is the film Heat, which is widely considered to be one of the best action films of all time, if not the best action film of the 1990s. And in all honesty, guys, I've yet to see this movie. I know you guys are going to be like, what, you haven't seen Heat? I understand, guys, this is on my request thing, as well as many other movies I've shown. I apologize I haven't said that, but if you guys have seen my list on Twitter or Instagram, definitely check that out. And if you want to add some more requests, then just ask me on Twitter. Completing my films directed by Edgar Wright is, of course, Hot Fuzz, which is followed right, of course, by The World's End. I love this movie so much. This is an amazing movie that definitely will become a cult classic, or even a classic, because it just has a classical feel to it. Simon Pegg and Nick Frost are perfect together, and it has an amazingly underrated performance by Timothy Dalton. The next film up is, of course, Leon the Professional, an extremely underrated and overlooked film. If you have not seen Leon the Professional, please go and watch it. This is an intense, badass 90s action movie with Natalie Portman at the age of 12. But my goodness, it is such an amazing film. Jean Reno did a phenomenal job playing Leon. It's very powerful. The story is just so simple, but it's done in a way that feels like it's very complex. And Gary Oldman as the villain, it's like Gary Oldman was an amazing villain in the 1990s. Next up in this update is The Patriot, which is my second favorite Roland Emmerich movie, followed only, of course, by Independence Day. This film is just great. It is very violent, but it's done in such an amazing way. Mel Gibson, as always, is great. He's a great actor. Yes, he has said stuff, but as an actor in movies, he is excellent in it. Pulp Fiction is a movie like Heat I have yet to see, and oh man, I'm going to get a lot of hate for that one, because people are going to be thinking, why haven't you seen Pulp Fiction yet? Guys, I have the Blu-ray of it. All I need to do is put it in the player, which I will very, very soon. I'm very excited to watch this movie because, of course, I've heard it's Quentin Tarantino's best, and I'm very excited to see what he can do with this movie. Because, on all accounts, John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson, that's a great pairing. And, of course, you got Bruce Willis right before Die Hard 3. Oh, man, I'm so excited to watch it. And finally, to cap it all off is 1990's Total Recall, which is not only one of the best sci-fi action films ever made, but I think one of my personal favorite movies. And I'd love to do a review of this. I really would. So if you guys would like me to do a review of Total Recall, please send me a comment in the comment section below. Guys, I love Total Recall so much. This movie is just excellent. I love every minute of this movie. Schwarzenegger is fantastic. Get to the chopper. That's my Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. It's probably terrible. But of course it's got Sharon Stone, and that opening scene with her. I think I was 11 when I first saw it, and it was one of those first times where I could tell I was maturing. But yeah, I love Total Recall. This is just an amazing film. And if you haven't seen Total Recall, please do. It is definitely worth your time. Well, guys, that's my latest update for all the Blu-rays I have. Please look forward to my next update collection, which will be hopefully one more before my actual Blu-ray collection video at the end of August. I'm very excited to bring you guys that. I am so close to being done with that third row. I probably need maybe 13 or 14 more Blu-rays to fit that row. I'm very excited to get that done because I'll then be on the fourth row. And I'm just excited for all of that stuff. Guys, thank you so much for watching as always. And I hope you guys like the new background. Please, send me a comment telling me what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching and stay tuned.